everyone, it's Kelly with kellyscards.ca and welcome to this fourth card in my everyday card kit number 13. So this card is a little bit more glamoury. This could be given as a birthday card, a shower card, wedding card, whatnot. I think this card could be given for a lot of different reasons. I really like a lot of the papers in this with this little bit of vellum that's in here and this shiny metallic paper, and we've got other metallics in here as well. So to get started, we're going to start layering things up, and to start out I am going to layer this blue piece onto the silver piece, and I'm just going to use some adhesive runner here. This is very pretty paper. I'm going to put this on now, and I'm just going to make sure that I have it right where I want it before I place it down. That looks good, and I'll just use my bone folder nice and carefully, and really love that edge that it gives. And then this white piece is going to come on top of here, so I'm going to put this piece on next. And this will give this a little bit more strength because the metallic paper isn't overly thick paper. And this one here will just add a little bit more strength to this card mat now. Won't be as floppy. So that is on there now, and that will eventually go on to the white card base, and as you can see, it's a nice division there. So now we're going to get this piece put together. You're going to see this nice vellum here, and we've got our lovely shoe image, and this is all going to be pieced together on top of here. Before we do that, I'm going to add the ribbon. And I'd like to have the ribbon kind of like a floor for the shoe. So I want to make sure that I put my shoe in here and make sure it is actually that's almost perfect where it is now. So I'm going to put my ribbon down right where it is, and as you can see, it's very close to the bottom. And I'm just going to flip that over, add my tape now, and then I'm going to pull this across nice and straight. And I thought this ribbon would be kind of fitting. It would be kind of nice to have it as an accent. It will give us a floor for this shoe to sit upon. And I think that will look really good where it is now. Now that the ribbon is on there, I can add the whole piece now to the card base. And I'm going to use score tape because there's quite a few layers holding this one up. Again, I'm just going to use my bone folder to ensure that that's really on there. Also helps to pull the score tape off if I use the bone folder as well. If I don't use the bone folder on that, sometimes it's a little hard to get off the score tape ends. Now we're going to bring this piece in, and I'm going to make sure all my adhesive is in behind there. And that looks good. It's on there nice and straight. And look how that has come together. And now we can work on the important part of the card, the inside part here with the shoe. I've just been moving some things around for the layout, and I really like the vellum piece over top of the ribbon. It just dulls the ribbon a little bit. If I just pull it off, you can see how much more it sticks out than with the vellum on top. So I really like how the vellum is on top. I think I'm going to keep that, and I've added 3 sequences. Again, I'm going to keep this card fairly simple. If you want to put a sentiment in, I was playing around with maybe putting a sentiment down here. I think that would look nice as well if you wanted to put a sentiment at the bottom there. I'm going to now start to put this shoe onto this piece of vellum, and I'm just going to remove these sequins here. I'm going to put this vellum piece down first, and I'm going to use tape runner on it. Because of the pattern on top of the vellum, it will hide the adhesive a lot better than if there was no pattern. And this is very, very elegant with the vellum on here. So now I'm just going to use my bone folder very gently here and get this on. And I just love the variety of papers, just regular paper all the way to these metallic papers and to this embossed paper. And again, I love how that just hides the ribbon a little bit. It's still there, and doing it this way we get a bit of a pattern on the ribbon as well. So now we're going to be able to put our shoe down. For the shoe, it is going to be easy to put this one on. I have die cut these shoes with stick-it tape. So all you have to do is this, and this is the best part of this shoe, is this is all going to come off nice and easy, and it's going to stick really nice to the vellum. Once I got that off of there, that came off so easy. And again, this is why I really like the stick-it tape. And I'm going to make sure that I get my shoe on here nice and straight. And before I actually push it all the way down, I'm just going to kind of leave it here like that so I can kind of get a look and make sure I like the placement. I think it needs to go over a little bit more this way. And we'll just move that there. And that's what's so great about the stick-it tape as well, is you can lift it up like that. And I think that might be perfect. So now I'm just going to bring in, and I'm going to carefully push it down. And once it's all down, I can bring my bone folder in and just go over top. And I really like how this is going to look. This is going to be nice and flat. If you wanted to send this for a wedding or whatnot in the mail, this will mail perfectly because of the flatness. And wow, look at that. That is awesome. So just to finish off this card, I've picked out some sequins. Again, I'm not going to add a sentiment to this card. You could add a sentiment somewhere on the card if you wanted, but really I think I want to let this die cut and these papers be the main part of this card. Just to finish the accent, I'm going to bring in some of these sequins. I've got a little black one, a little silver one, and a blue one. I've placed my sequins now. I like them there. They're in a triangle shape. I really like where they are. And I'm going to bring in some of my multi-matte medium now, and I'm going to use this to adhere them down. I'm going to use my Tim Holtz Sizex tool just to push it down there and to remove a little bit of adhesive from the middle of that sequin. It'll just help it look a little bit better. And again, now for the little silver one, do the same thing. And lastly, this little black one. Now if you get a little bit of too much adhesive like I did on this one, I'm just using this little tool to scrape off the extra adhesive, and then I'll bring the tool back in to kind of push it down again so I can get it into place. My sequins are on there, and I'm just going to bring in acrylic block now, and what that's going to do is going to put a full weight, an even weight basically on top of these sequins, and that's just going to help them adhere a little bit better. And I'm going to leave this for about 2 minutes, and then when I come back I will pull it off. So that is set for a couple minutes, and I'll pull that off, and now those sequins are on there to stay. And as you can see from the light, it's very glossy and glimmery, very pretty. And I don't think we really need to add too much more to this card. I mean, you could add a sentiment if you want, but sometimes it's nice to just leave the cards quite simple. Just to finish off the inside, there is a little mat I've provided again, just to give a little bit of balance on the weight for the card so that the front and the back are closer to the same weight, as well as just to make it look a little bit nicer. So that will finish off this 4th card in my everyday card kit number 13. Really like this card. Again, sometimes when you have beautiful papers, you can pretty much let them speak for themselves. I used this wonderful die cut shoe to make this very fancy die and use it in a way that it would take front stage on this card. So I hope you enjoyed this card. You can check me out on my website at kellyscards.ca. You can subscribe for more videos, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day.